Namaskar everyone, welcome to A State of Awakening. My name is Kapiil Thakur and I'm your host and storyteller. दोस्तों, एक फ्रेशर या एक यंगस्टर अपना प्रोफेशनल करियर शुरू करता है, दो चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल अदा करती है उसके प्रोफेशनल करियर में। और पहली चीज है कि जिस प्रोफेशन में वो घुस रहा है, उस प्रोफेशन के लिए उसके अंदर कितना पैशन है, कितना जज्बा है। और दूसरी चीज है बॉस। जी हां दोस्तों, पहला बॉस हर एक इंसान की प्रोफेशनल जर्नी में बहुत बड़ा रोल अदा करता है। बाय द वे, बॉस से याद आया, गॉसिप कितनी गजब चीज है। दोस्तों, गॉसिप क्या होता है? जब हम किसी की पीठ के पीछे उसके बारे में बात करते हैं, और आम तौर पर बातें नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव दोनों तरीके की होती हैं। कभी हम कॉलीग्स के बारे में गॉसिप करते हैं, कभी हम बॉसेस के बारे में गॉसिप करते हैं, कभी हम फ्रेंड्स के बारे में गॉसिप करते हैं, एंड सो ऑन। लेकिन कुछ बॉसेस ऐसे होते हैं जिन्होंने आपको बहुत जबरदस्त एक्सपीरियंस दिया होता है, और जब आप उनके बारे में उनकी पीठ के पीछे बात करते हो, आपकी आंखों में एक जबरदस्त चमक होती है, दिल में एक अजीब सी रिस्पेक्ट होती है उनके लिए, और अक्सर मुंह से निकल जाता है, यार बॉस हो तो ऐसा हो। दोस्तों, आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर विद इवेंट इंडस्ट्री, और इवेंट मैनेजमेंट के लिए मेरे अंदर पैशन कूट कूट के भरा हुआ था। और रही बात बॉस की, जी हां, आज मैं आपको अपने पहले बॉस से मिलवाने जा रहा हूं, जिन्होंने ना केवल मेरे इवेंट मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स और नॉलेज को बहुत जबरदस्त हाइट दी, बल्कि कभी गाइड बनकर, कभी मेंटोर बनकर, और अपने एक्सपीरियंशियल लीडरशिप स्टाइल से मुझे एक बेहतर इंसान बनाया और एक सक्सेसफुल प्रोफेशनल बनने में बहुत बड़ी भूमिका अदा की। Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome on screen a very successful entrepreneur who's founded 7 organizations and has been contributing to various industries in India such as event management, chemical, construction, and food and beverages. He is an alumnus of Modern School Vasant Vihar and also Shahid Bhagat Singh College of Commerce, Delhi. Ladies and gentlemen, through his experiential leadership style, he has enabled and given more than 10 successful entrepreneurs to India. और उनमें से एक आपके सामने बैठा है। Thank you, Chanda sir, for accepting my request, sparing time, and being here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vikram Chanda.
Thank you for that introduction, Kapil. It's my pleasure to be here on your show. And time is not a problem because thanks to the pandemic, I'm happy to spend some of it with you.
Thank you, sir. Chanda sir, passion is something I believe is a huge differentiator between okay life and a self-created experiential journey. I want to understand from you, what was your passion when you completed your education?
So, on completing my education, the one thing which I was most passionate about was my independence. And in my family, though I had independence for the choices that I made and the direction that I took, I wanted to be financially independent completely. And that is what drove me to start working as soon as I passed out of school. And throughout my college life, I did work until we went into a full-time profession. And I think that set the tone for the rest of my career.
Wow, super. Sir, event management happened to me when one of my school colleagues used to come and tell me fascinating experience, fascinating stories about the events he used to be part of. And I don't even remember when I became an actor in those stories. How and why did you choose event management, sir?
So event management happened actually organically. So while we were in college, we used to do a lot of entertainment related shows, which over the next few years migrated to corporate events and corporate shows. Now, at that time, there was a huge void for people who could deliver a turnkey project. For anything that had to be done, a client would have had to call 5, 6, 8, 10 different people to fulfill 10 different aspects of that event. But we were in a unique position to actually understand all their requirements and provide all their services, and they would just have to call one person. And that made them want to have that one point of contact going forward and have all their problems addressed and solved and all their needs met. And we filled that gap, and which is why we stuck onto that market. One, because of course we were fulfilling a need, and secondly, because there are very few other professions where you get to interact with people when they are having a good time. You're interacting with people at work with the intention of making them happy, with the intention of seeing them leave your particular interaction with a smile on their face. And once you're done with an event or a marketing program, it's a happy feeling with which they go home. So whenever they think of us later, it is a positive, happy thought that comes to their mind. And that in itself, as an event manager, is a very fulfilling feeling. And I think that just fueled our passion to deliver more experiential, more entertaining, and more memorable events and marketing campaigns in the years to come.
Amazing. Amazing. Sir, I've always seen you guiding all of us, inspiring through your actions. And I believe that every leader looks at his team or her team in a different manner, every individual in a different manner. I'd like to ask you, how did you look them?
I recognize every employee, every client, every colleague as an individual. I cannot stereotype them and say they're a particular type and forget about it. Each individual comes with their own set of talents and passions. Each individual also comes with their inabilities and insecurities. Now, as a leader, it is important to recognize these talents and lift them up, to recognize these insecurities and try to compensate for that and make them stronger despite that. And the only way a leader can get the best out of his team is if the team feels empowered, if the team, every individual in the team feels that they too have an important role to play in whatever work that's being done. And for them to be assigned that role according to their abilities is dependent on the leader. For me to expect any employee or colleague to do something, it is important for them to realize that I'm not asking them to do something which I wouldn't do. I'm not asking them to do something which is below me. It is something maybe that they are uniquely qualified to do, which I am not, which they will be able to do better than I ever would be able to. It is important for me to let every individual know that it is their ability due to which they are being asked to do a certain task, and not because I don't want to do it. In fact, I would go so far as to say that it is important for me to tell them and have them know that they are doing it because maybe I cannot do it as well as them. But at the same time, I realize that I too have certain strengths and I too have certain abilities maybe which they don't have, either because maybe they don't have as much experience or exposure as I do, or maybe they do not visualize certain things the same way I do. And therefore it is important for me to step up and do something to show them that show them where my vision is going, what is expected of them, and that if I could, I would have done it myself as well. So, yes, lead by example. And that is a saying from the ages. A leader must always lead by example.
That was really insightful, sir. A lots and lots to learn from you. Ladies and gentlemen, I've noted few points here, few learnings from his responses to us so far, and let me mention it to you. Pehla point, the first thing is find your passion and start working towards it. And the second thing, he said, fulfill the needs of your customers. And if you are solving a problem, you are there in the market and the market has need for you. And तीसरी चीज, the third thing what he's actually mentioned, which is very close to my heart, have positive intention towards your internal and external customers. Give them greater experience. And fourth point is for the leaders of today, which says, do not stereotype your team members, empower them, know each individual, and nurture them. And lead by example. Ladies and gentlemen, we will continue this conversation with Mr. Vikram Chanda next week. I'll see you on 3rd of February. Till then, if you have any questions, any feedback for us, do write in the comment section below. And if you've not subscribed my channel so far, please do that now. I'll see you next week. Till then, please do take care of yourself. Keep smiling.